Hey guys, welcome back to more political chatter. This 2024 election video is basically if Joe Biden is at a 10% approval rating, and this is extremely unlikely. So I did if he was at 50% approval, and I did if he was at 41%, and 41% is most likely as of right now. But this is if he's at 10%, and this is fan requested, by the way. So. As most of mine are. So I have all the safe states filled in. I really don't see. We'll make New York a toss-up, but essentially, Joe Biden obviously will not win this election. But going to states like New York and California and Washington, Washington. We'll get to Washington, but both these states are extremely Democratic, but with a 10% approval rating, I really don't see it happening. I don't see these states being solid. With a 10% approval rating, there's still so many Democrats in these states that it's going to be so hard for a Republican to win here. And going to Illinois, this one will probably be a bit closer, and I also think Washington will be close. But I think that Biden might narrowly pull out wins in Washington and Illinois, but I do think that these would be close states. Going to his home state, Delaware, just because it is his home state, I think he would be able to win it by a likely margin. And, let's go to some Trump states now. Going to states like Texas, Alaska, Iowa, and Ohio, I definitely see all these states becoming safe. Alaska went to Trump by 10 points in 2020, so it's obviously going to shift more than 5 points to the right. Texas went to Trump by 5 points, so it's going to shift more than 10 points. Iowa and Ohio went to Trump by about 8 or 9 points or 7 or 8 points in 2020, so we'll shift more than that 8 or 7 points that will get it to over that 15% margin. So all of these states are, of course, going to become Republican states. And then, so the rest will be somewhat close. Going down to Florida, that'll be safe, definitely, for the Republican Party. It's shifting, right? And, it's a very split state. So Biden will, his 10% approval rating will definitely play a part here. And I really don't see him being able to win the state. I also see Georgia and North Carolina being solid. These are going to shift more than 15 points to the right. If Biden has a 10% approval rating, that is absolutely nothing. So that's 1 in 10 Americans approve of him, so just think about that. And in such swing states where it's about 50-50, GOP and Dem, it's going to be so hard for him to win anything. So let's go to some closer states. Arizona, I also see shifting 15 points to the right. That the Republicans will probably win by a solid margin. And I'm going to Nevada. That's a pretty split state, and saying that 1 in 10 people on average will approve of Biden, I definitely think that this will be a safe state. I also think New Hampshire, saying that they have a Republican governor that wins here by more than 15 points every time, a solid margin. So if Biden has a 10% approval rating, they could definitely do it here. And going to states like Minnesota, just because there's a Democratic base, that will be likely Republican. New Mexico and Colorado, both likely Republican. Just because there are a lot of Democrats here, and these are states that go to Biden by almost 10 points. Colorado went to him by 13 points. And we'll get to Oregon, because that one's going to be a bit closer. But going to Virginia, that'll be, probably likely Biden, because, they have a Republican governor, so it could definitely go Republican. New Jersey, I see it being likely Republican, definitely a state that isn't as liberal as you would think, and saying that the governor's race in 2021 was pretty close, I see this as a likely GOP state. I think that Connecticut and Rhode Island would probably be lean GOP, just because there are so many Democrats here. I would say Rhode Island would actually be likely, but Connecticut lean. Going to Nebraska second, I see this shifting 15 points probably. That'd be a Republican state by a solid margin. Going up to Maine's first district, Republicans will probably pull it out by a lean margin, just because it did go to Hillary Clinton by a likely margin in 2020. So, they could probably do some damage there, shifting it 10 to 15 points. Then, of course, Maine's second is going to be solid, and that means that they win Maine at large by likely margin. Going to Oregon, so these are the, I guess, not really close states. Going to Oregon, I see the Republicans winning here by a lean margin. Hillary Clinton won it by a likely margin. What was it? Was it like 9 points or something? I think it was 9 points. So they'll definitely be able to shift it 10 points. I might be underestimating the Republicans here, honestly. I probably am. But on margins. But yeah. And then going to the blue wall, Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. I mean, honestly, all three are very split between Democrat and Republican. So I think that all three would be safe Republican. So the Republican wins with 391 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 147. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you all later.